Previously on Marty Plays The Sims.
The suburbs. Almost as much written about as Madison Avenue. And just as much in need of reflection. Like Madison Avenue, life in the suburbs has its good moments and others not so good.
When you're on the telephone or on radio or on TV, you don't have a physical body. You're just an image on the air. When you don't have a physical body, you're a discarnate being. You have a very different relation to the world around you. And this, I think, has been one of the big effects of the electric age. It has deprived people really of their private identity. You have no identity. You're a nobody. Therefore, you get very tough. You have to prove that you are somebody.
But all that was yesterday. Here's today.
Try this trick and spin it, yeah. You'll have a collapse, but there's nothing in it. And you ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind?
Turning and turning in the widening gyre, the falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart, the center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world. The blood-dimmed tide is loosed, and everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned. The best lack all conviction, while the worst are full of passionate intensity. Surely some revelation is at hand. Surely the second coming is at hand. The second coming. Hardly are those words out when a vast image out of Spiritus Mundi troubles my sight. Somewhere in the sands of the desert, a shape with lion's body and the head of a man, a gaze blank and pitiless as the sun, is moving its slow thighs, while all about it reel shadows of the indignant desert birds. The darkness drops again, but now I know that 20 centuries of stony sleep were vexed to a nightmare by a rocking cradle. And what rough beast, its hour come round at last, slouches toward Bethlehem to be born. This is Marty Plays The Sims, episode 23. And many of you likely recognize that poem as The Second Coming by William Butler Yeats. It's a poem that I hadn't read in a while, but I finally got around to reading it again because I had fond memories of it. One of the most interesting things about Yeats is probably his view of history. Yeats viewed history as what he called gyres, which are basically historical epochs or periods of time that overlapped. And one is not necessarily better than the last. There's no upward progress in any sort of absolute sense. The poem really gives an apocalyptic feeling, but along with that feeling of apocalypse is a feeling of not necessarily pointlessness, but arbitrariness. In the end of the poem, he talks about a rough beast that will be born. He's referring to a new era that will mirror the arrival of Christ, not in that it's a replacement of Christ, but that there will be a new ascendant power. So there's almost an arbitrariness in the long view of history, even though there's a great significance around particular events within those epochs. I have no idea what this has to do with The Sims, really. Probably nothing, honestly. If I was to try and draw some parallel, perhaps if Marty Sim is able to get a male heir, there can be some sort of continuation, even if he destroys himself in the process of trying to eliminate Gunther from the world. We can just put all that musing aside for now and get back into The Sims. Alright, my Warlock Palace is almost complete. There's a couple things I need to change. As you can see, the walls are unfinished. They're unpainted. There's a few other things I'd like to add. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I might actually get rid of the ritual chamber Well, yeah, I don't know. I won't get rid of it. Here's what I'll do. I don't need the windmill anymore. Of water. The water mill. Because the witch experiment is done. Cornelia was revealed to be a witch. That's all been taken care of, so we can go ahead and empty that out. And let's see. It's a good floor to put in here. Nothing too expensive, but something ritually. That actually got me a lot of money. So, God, we're in the middle of it. Why not? I'm gonna do some wall painting. I figure, why not? I got the money. I can afford it. So, I'm about to reveal something about myself, which, as a gamer, is probably going to be very shameful. I'm probably going to disappoint some people. What I'm revealing is that I am basically incapable of playing Paradox games. I know. I can sense the disappointment. But maybe, okay, possible correction. Maybe it's just Hearts of Iron 4. Because Hearts of Iron 4 is one of those games that I want to be good at, but I don't think I have the mental capacity to be super good at it. Because the level of micromanaging that goes into it, and the number of like things you have to have lined up properly in order to do anything, is not impossible. It just takes someone with like much more like mental focus and attention span than I have. I just don't. I'm just not good at that kind of thing. Maybe that's a good thing, but it's probably not. Hearts of Iron 4 is one of those games that I always wanted to be good at, but it seems like no matter how much I try to be good at it, it's just like I cannot get my shit together. Okay, and here's the thing. Is it just me, or is the naval stuff in that game like really like hard to use? Like the design is unfortunate as far as like actually getting naval groups and units to do what you want them to. Am I just an idiot, or is that like, is it acknowledged by people that that system's pretty rough to try and control? Because I'm perfectly willing to acknowledge that I'm possibly just a complete idiot. I'm just not sure. Because I don't know what like other people's experience is with it. But I'm trying it again. A couple times over the last few days, I've put some time into it just to be like, okay, let's try and do this thing. There's things that I do like about it, and just took me a little bit to pick up, but once I got it, it just made complete sense. Like the production system. The production system seemed like it was really hard to understand at first, but all I had to do was, like spend some time with it, and it was, at that point, it got easier, like significantly easier, with not a very big time investment. But this things such as controlling naval units, for some reason, it just seems to be what like I cannot get down. I'll like tell a naval group to like patrol a certain area, and they just refuse to and start moving across to like the other side of a region that I don't want them to go to. God damn, this place is looking gorgeous. This is perfect. I can just detect power levels. Oh, there's torches? Oh, hell yes. Alright, I'm running out of money again. If I can just have enough money, if this is enough to paint the bathrooms, then I'll be set. I think we are good to go. Bills cannot be deleted. Don't you know it? Ain't that the truth? Alright, Marty. You can eat, but first things first. First, we need to find an outfit fitting for a warlock at the zenith of his power. I've settled on this. Simple, understated, powerful. A man of danger. That's what you are, Marty, Sam. You're a man of danger and mystery. What the hell is she doing? Is she grieving over Cornelia? Unacceptable. Even though we're in dire times, goth wife. The garden still must be tended to. We need resources as we approach the end of days. Here's the thing. You may wonder why I'm making a gnome. I'm going to make many gnomes. I'm going to make an army of gnomes. Our first attempt against Gunther will be gnome related. I think it's smart to try and take him out using gnomes. No, no, you will not mourn her. I gotta put this urn somewhere where people will stop mourning the death of that witch. That's right, you get away from there and you stop mourning. I'm gonna position the gnomes around the outside, guarding the urn, so that no one, especially Gunther, can mourn. You'll have to get through the gnomes first. Holy shit, what did she take? I think she just took one of the chairs. I don't see anything else missing. So I think we're good. Wow. The maid union got word of my defaulting on that payment. Oh god, it's Cornelia's ghost. I need to figure out what to do with her. Wait, what in the world just happened? Where'd the gnomes go? Dish wish. The burglar has returned, lest we forget that society is in complete freefall. Child, stop the burglar! No! No, 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 you don't... That's right. Get this fucking scum off the street. Yeah. I have to buy back my expensive rug now. Seems a little more appropriate for the throne room anyway. Gonna use a happy wife spell again. The fuck happened here? Hitler? Hitler's creating trash? Oh, these fucking cats. It's like a never-ending war with them. Stop nagging your wife. She's working her ass off in the garden, you dick. You better run to the bathroom, you fucking pathetic. I'm really starting to hate my sim. No, don't nag your wife. God damn. This fucking house is fucking falling apart. Look at this shit. Hitler's been littering the place with dead mice. There's cockroaches and piss. Just everywhere. It's a fucking disaster. Gunther has cast a spell of pestilence upon us. I have like 9,000 sim bucks saved. I kind of want to just quit my job, honestly. She just wiped out Tomato Town. You know what I've been thinking about a lot lately is language, money, universality, and the Tower of Babel. Because as I've mentioned before, I just kind of think about and obsess about things sometimes. And what I mean by that collection of ideas is I've been thinking about the idea of universal language and how there's a lot of parallels in different myths. There's not just the Hebrew story of the Tower of Babel. There's similar myths in other origins, ethnic origins. The idea of man trying to create this sort of cosmopolitan universal language culture. And there seems to be some sort of history of that kind of in man's subconscious in different cultures. Either it's based on an actual historical event that's stuck in collective genetic memory. When I think about that, about the idea of the Tower of Babel in universal language, I always think about money. Because money, stores of value, be it like gold or different currencies, are actually languages, kind of. It communicates information, kind of like language does, though it's like specific to value. And I don't know. I think a lot about money as a universal language, and how cryptocurrency and the blockchain is all about decrypting encrypted information to mine. And cryptography really has to do with language, hidden language, or like secret language. And when you think about the number 666 and the significance that had in the early Christian church with the Revelation, and there's a lot in other writings of the early church that addresses it that isn't from Revelation. But the number 666 is actually the addition of all the Roman numerals, like the DC, LXVI, all those different capital number numerals that were Roman numbers. And so there's a fair bit of theorizing that the number of the beast, in association with the mark of the beast, was actually referring to a universal currency. The idea that you can't buy or sell without it was actually referring to the Roman Empire's kind of stranglehold on trade and on value, and how the universal language of the Tower of Babel thematically ties in with the universal language of money. And that's the real danger, really. The real danger in that universality is not just the idea of a spoken language, but a universal language of value. And in that way, when you think about it, there's really no difference between the Tower of Babel and the number 666. One's just a numerical representation of the other. You know what's interesting? It's another kind of weird detail I learned recently in doing some reading and some research. The first time the word cryptography was used was actually in Edgar Allan Poe's short story called The Gold Bug. It was all about a guy who gets bitten by this golden beetle, and kind of goes crazy and on this frenzied hunt for this hidden treasure, using these coded maps and things, which is kind of eerily a parallel to crypto and mining crypto. Not in like a one-to-one sense, but thematically, I find it interesting. Fuck work. I'm a real warlock. I don't need work. I make my own work. Perfect garden charm. I want to see what this does. Guess what? I don't care. I don't need your earthly jobs. I don't need your filthy earthly money. I'm above it. I'm beyond it. I'm too much of a grug for this kind of thing. Let's see if I can figure this out. Draw a diagram. Okay. This is easy. Marty, kill the burglar. Ha! I'm right behind you, you bastard. Trying to take my throne. That was epic. I mean, of course Marty didn't do anything, but... Haunting my house, you bitch. Yes. Even in death, I'll haunt you. That's right. Even in death, you're not free from me. I will torment you. Behold. Look at my throne room. Look at this throne room. I've got all of my magic items lined up here, ready for use. It's perfect. My hall of power. What does that do? I have so much power. Oh man. No one man should have all this power. Unemployed. Perfect. Your judgment will come, Mortimer. At my hand and at the hand of my gnome army. The male heir. At last. Gunther, you cannot stop me. His name will be Marcius. Marcius O'Doomer. I can't fuck this up. It's perfect. Gunther is still top of mind, but I have to get this baby. I have to get this baby to childhood. Hurry, you take care of the child now. I'm just watching this child constantly with laser focus. Get out of here, maid. You are not above suspicion as an agent of Gunther. What do you do? You stay away from my child. I'm very cautious about speeding anything up, because I know that if one thing goes wrong with the child, they'll steal it from me for adrenochrome. I'm sorry, child. You're going to be neglected while I'm raising the baby, so you're gonna have to learn to be self-reliant. You're a latchkey kid now. Alright, Marty, you're gonna have to tend the garden for a while. Oh, you need fun? Well, read a book. You're a latchkey child now. You have to learn how to take care of yourself. I told you. It's time to sit in your throne. It's time to sit in your throne and scheme. Consider plans for the future. Plans for Gunther. That baby is going to explode into a fit of crying at any second. Yep, got it. I'm here. Taken care of. Johnny on the spot. No child thieving will happen. Oh my god, I've fucking been trapped in my bathroom by my child. No! Get out. Don't be insulted. This baby better turn into a child soon because... Hitler! Oh my god. It's like fucking impossible. God damn it. Oh my god. What the hell is wrong with you? Oh my god! Gothwife, no! No! Okay, you know what? I know how to fix this. Just teleport your ass out of here. What am I doing? I'm a magician. Okay, quick. Use the bathroom. Quick, while Hitler's distracted. Yes. What? Will you... Oh my god. No, no, this is... Okay, you need to go here. Don't wash your hands. Leave. Leave the bathroom. Hitler, get out. Now you use the bathroom. Oh my god, finally. Oh, finally. Finally. Marcius. Marcius, my Castizo futurist heir. Change clothes. This is unacceptable. These dork clothes are... no. Kind of dorky, but trad. Oh god, I need to make him a bed. Are there bunk beds? Are there children's bunk beds? That would make things a lot easier. There's no children's bunk beds? Are you kidding me? You're gonna have to sleep in the magic room. I'm sorry. So now that I have my male child, now that I have my heir, my plans to eliminate Gunther can be accelerated. There's nothing stopping me now. My Chad child will grow strong.
Jag är mustas, men jag står och ser måste